Hi there everyone, I'm your German Snob and I'm here with another episode of Let's Play Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. So yeah, today we are going to go into the diner where we are supposed to meet Janet to know, to find an agreement between her and her sister. And I'm sure this is going to go very well and not in any way wrong. You know? You know. Okay, so there we go. Yet I think before we are well not no actually not before we are going to enter the diner, but before we are going to you know what, yes, we are actually going to do it before we enter the diner. I kind of want to invest into one of my skill points. Yes. So what do I want to do? Manipulation, probably not. Okay, we have to do it eventually. Stealth. And until later on, suppose we just leave it at that. Yeah, I think so. So into the diner, she said. I wonder what's going to happen there. Okay. So here we are. Now, hey, have any of you guys seen Jeanette? No? Well, that's a shame. Oh, and now they're attacking. I have no idea why you took so long to be triggered, but I'm going to kill you anyway. And I don't think there's a... Huh. Okay, cut. Oh, right. Now we should be safe. So yeah, look at that punk. He's going to die. And that means getting his blood sucked by us. Wonderful. And we don't have to worry about draining him dry because, hey, he attacked us. And that's how self-defense works. So, what else? Well, we should probably pick up that shotgun. May come in handy later on. But it looks like Janet is nowhere around. Huh, that's suspicious. Let's see who's on the phone. Or, let's hear who's on the phone. It would be rather hard to see it. Hello?
I'm terribly sorry about that. My sister was just furious about your refusal to take part in her designs, so she sent those men to kill you. But I'm going to make sure it never happens again. Drop by. We'll take care of this tongue business. She's crazy! Help!
See you. So that's... I mean, it's really predictable. But hey, now for the payoff that I was hinting to, like, for 2 videos now. It's probably exactly what you'd expect. So, see you at the asylum. Okay, and now for what I've kinda hinted to in the previous 2 episodes. It's, yeah, now we're going to find out the truth between the 2 sisters. And as I said, it's actually pretty predictable, but if you... well, to put it like that, if you don't expect the game to be that clever, it will still come as a surprise. So, let's go in there and find out.
You. I'm really sorry it had to end this way. I truly am. You seem promising, but you've been tainted by the stink of my sister's schemes. And now I'm going to make sure she never double-crosses me again. Don't listen to her. She'll kill us both. Save me and I'll help you find Bertram. I swear. Shut up, Jeanette. I warned you to stay away from Tongue. He's turned you against me. I always looked out for you, but you couldn't stand my success. You had to meddle, didn't you? I didn't want it to end like this, but you forced me. You never gave me any credit for anything, Therese. I was the one calling the shots. Bertram was dancing on my leash. How does it feel to know that I beat you?
Yes, they are both the same person. As it's going to turn out, Janet is in fact a split personality. A talpa, if you will. I found it surprising the first time I've played it. You probably won't because it's not that hard to see once you pay attention. Why are you two fighting?
Isn't it obvious? I'm about to rid the night of this deviant, backstabbing whore. Do you realize that despite her condition, she still fornicates with kind, no less? So despicable. So unclean. You're one to talk, dear sister. Or should I say daddy's little girl? Do you want to know just how depraved the Baron of Santa Monica can be? Shut up, Jeanette. You'd love the world to think you're a saint. When you thought I was asleep, I used to hear Father come in at night. I heard him whisper how much he loved you in your ear before he... Don't finish that sentence, or you're dead.
You know, this game switches rather abruptly between being really dark and being really stupid. And I'm not sure where exactly this conversation falls. So, whatever. There are three possible ways for this to end. The first two are obvious. Either Jeanette survives or Therese survives. Or we could find a way for both of them to make peace with each other. We need rather high persuasion skills for that, but fortunately we have those. Stop, both of you.
Don't you want to hear what happened? How she became the pillar of the community she is today? Shut up. Just shut up!
Stop it right now, both of you.
Don't try and stop me. I've had to overlook her treachery, her seduction, relations with my enemies, and the consequences of it. But I won't endure her any longer. Endure me? Dear sister, you've done everything you could to smother me. You love to bury me in your closet, along with all your other skeletons. I'm the good girl. You're the wicked one. You've done nothing but plot against me, when I had our best interests at heart. And despite that, I've always covered up your mistakes. I've taken care of you. And this is how you repay me? Taken care of me. You've done nothing but keep me down, blame me for every mistake. Did you expect me to let you rule my life until the end of time? No, sister. You've had it coming since our last sunrise. Is that right, dear? If it wasn't for me, you would have never survived this long. Remember? They tried to separate us, but I refused. I chose this life and brought you into it so that we could stay together. Obviously, you've forgotten.
The first time I've played this game, I'd let Jeanette survive and Therese die. If only because I thought Jeanette was slightly more likable. But we're going to insist on them stopping. So if you both want to continue to exist, you're going to have to live with each other. I have no idea how one personality would even kill the other, but there you go.
She's a control freak. People, things, emotions. If she can't control something, she gets rid of it. And you're a wild animal. You'll rub up against anything that'll take you in for the night. Then when you're stuffed and bored, you bite the hand that fed you.
They're not listening. Both of you have been working against the other. Together you'd be an actual power.
I don't think that's possible. How could I ever think to trust her again? Trust me? Who could trust you after what happened with Father Dearest? Father loved me. I was a good girl. I always did what I was told. You always hated that he loved me. You disobeyed him. You brought men home when he wasn't there. You were an awful daughter to him.
So the implication is here that Therese got raped by her father and therefore created Jeanette because of the trauma. That's actually kind of clever in that it's how split personalities happen in like real life. I once knew somebody. Never mind. Point is, the developers did their research on that. That's all in the past. Forget about it.
Father came home drunk one day and mistook me for Therese. Because I'd fallen asleep in her bed. Don't listen to her. She's lying. Therese walked in while he was there, and she saw me lying with him, and so she went to the closet and pulled out his hunting shotgun, loaded it with deer shot, and blew his mind out all over the silly clown wallpaper. That's a lie. Father killed himself because of Jeanette. She made him miserable. As I recall, he died with a smile on his face.
Nice for him. No matter what happened, you two still need each other to move on.
Why? How will this time be any different?
Because I don't think you could live without the other. Though actually they can, because that's one way to play this game, but... You know, our argument stands.
I'd be better off without her. Have you been paying attention? Oh, yes, Therese. Without me, you'd be free to remake this city in your own image. It'd be the first beachfront morgue.
You know what? Then you should do it because of the power working together would get you. I mean, I guess that sounds nice.
Therese doesn't like to share. Jeanette's irresponsible. She's undependable. A venture like mine requires class and distinction, which is something a pigtailed face-painting harlot does not lend very well. You do have a way with words, sister. You're right. I'm not in the same class, am I? I mean, murderers are so respectful these days.
Women. Okay, how are we going to go about it? We have to pick a side here, huh? Well, both make sense. But seeing how I don't like Therese and I like Jeanette at least slightly more, Therese let Jeanette have more responsibility.
More responsibility? So that she can ruin every opportunity I give her? Of course. You're the only one who can secure zoning permits and shake hands. I'd never be able to keep up.
I feel like a talk show host. Jeanette, stop sabotaging your sister's plans.
But I only do it for attention and out of love. You do it because you're vindictive and jealous, and you deserve it.
If you call a truce and run this place as equals, there is no need to kill each other.
If she would stop treating me like a child, if she would start behaving like a rational adult.
What the hell? Come on, you must have gotten along at one time.
Yes, there was a time. When I was a child, I didn't have many friends. I suppose Jeanette was the only one. We never did get to go out of the house much. Father wouldn't allow us. He said we'd get hurt, so we stayed inside and we imagined our own worlds. And we spent so much time there together, ruling over those places. Those were happier times, before we grew apart.
Finally, we are making some progress. You don't really want to kill each other, do you?
I never did. No, I guess I don't. Jeanette, if I were to offer you equal control in Santa Monica, would you quit consorting with Tung? I'll stop working against you with him. But since I've got him in my pocket already, there's no reason for me not to pay him a little visit once in a while, when he can be of use. That's not a bad plan. There's just one more thing. I want to be in charge of Santa Monica, but only publicly. I want you to continue to convince others that our relations are strained. That way, we know who our enemies are. I agree.
And now just go and give me that fucking gun already.
Take it. I'd hate to look at it again and think of what almost transpired. I suppose now that Jeanette and I have settled our differences, I'll call off the feud with Tung. Bertram's hiding in an empty oil tank at the old gas station. I'll tell him to expect a visitor, and I'll ask him to be extra nice.
Goodbye, you pair of lunatics.
Please give Santa Monica's regards to the prince, and keep your tongue tied about what happened tonight, or we'll have to kill you.
Indeed. Now, that was just all sorts of awkward. But at least it got us where we wanted to get. And thankfully we won't have to deal rather with those two again. We can if we want to, but for now I'd really rather not. And you know what? Now after playing Counselor for 2 split personalities, I think I'm going to call it an episode for today. So, as always, I'm your German snob. This is Let's Play Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines, and I'm probably going to be seeing you again tomorrow. Again, probably. Until then, have a wonderful evening and goodbye.